My friends, my name is Miguel Sagué, and you are so welcome to the kickoff, the release party of our new CD, Songs from the Stone Hoop. Stone Hoop. Thank you. This has been quite a journey. We've been working on this all summer long, and it's a real thrill to finally make this bird fly. In ancient Taino tradition, and we are Tainos, we are the original indigenous people of the islands of the Caribbean, right off of Central America and off of the north of the South American continent. The indigenous people of the Caribbean were the first indigenous people that were impacted by the problems that were brought over during the colonial period by Christopher Columbus and all of the other thugs that he brought with him. And we somehow managed to survive these 500 years of oppression and destruction. One of the most important elements of our culture, of our tradition, are these sculptures made out of stone that the ancient Tainos used to carve. They were oval, but it was a strange oval shape because it wasn't a perfect oval. It was more like a pear. And they were like these hoops made out of stone. They would carve these things with other stones, with sharper and harder stones, and produce these beautiful, magnificent, smooth stone hoops. They were mysterious. When the archaeologists began to find them in the 20th century, they didn't know what they were, but we do. We, the descendants of the Taino people, know that these things represent the silhouette of a human uterus, a human womb. The womb of Mother Earth, the cosmic matriarch, whom we call Atabey. It is from that hoop, it is from that amazing uterus that everything comes symbolically coming out, emerging from caves, which, since they're holes on the surface of the earth, represents openings in the body of Atabey. And so when anything comes out of those caves, when the legends say that the sun and the moon came out of the cave, when the legends say that the humanity, that all of human beings came out of that cave, we know that what they're saying is that they were emerging from that womb. They were emerging from that stone hoop. And so we have called our CD Songs from the Stone Hoop, because all these songs were born out of that beautiful emergence place. So I'm going to start by doing what we do at our ceremonies. I'm going to play the conch shell. And I'm going to ask my friend, Jeff, to play the conch shell with me. Directions. And now we're going to dedicate 2 more blasts of the conch shell, the guamo. One to Atabey, the cosmic matriarch, and the other one to Yokahu, the Lord of Life. So we're going to follow that with a performance by the Pittsburgh Community Choir of a beautiful song. That's how appropriate. This song is called Vasija de Barro, which in English is earthenware vessel. Now, it was originally written in Spanish by authors in Chile. I'm sorry, not in Chile, Ecuador. Get my Andean countries confused. In Ecuador, And what a story this is. These people, they had gathered together one night in the early 50s. They had gathered together to just have a good time. Poets, musicians, artists. And they all had that energy, that beauty of their ancestral, their native, indigenous ancestral tradition within them. And that's something that they expressed in everything that they did. Now on the wall was a painting. The painting was called Origen, which means origin. And the painting, in a semi-abstract way, represented a woman in the shape of an earthenware vessel. And inside that earthenware vessel was a little baby. Now, the ancient people of the Andes Mountains, Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, Chile, northern Argentina, had a habit. They had a tradition of burying their dead in large earthenware vessels called huacas. And the reason they did that is because they perceived that we as humans, we rise from this mother's womb, from this earth. You know how they say, dust to dust, ashes to ashes. Well, that was literal in their culture. When we rise from that earth, we're made of her. We're made of that. We come out of that womb, and we're made of the earth. And when we're done with this life, when we're done with that life cycle, we return back to that womb. We go back into that cave, and we are again embraced by that earth, by that soil. So this putting of a person when they passed away inside this earthenware vessel was a symbol, it evoked that concept of returning to the womb of Atabey, returning to the womb of Pachamama. Right? So they looked at that painting and they saw that symbolism, and they became inspired to write a song called Earthenware Vessel. And the song actually says that, de ti nací y a ti vuelvo, vasija, vaso de barro, en mi muerte yazgo en ti, en tu polvo, enamorado. From you I rose like a daydream, and back to you I'll return. Your beloved soil shall embrace me in a simple potter's urn. Anhankatu, Kris, take it away. Kris Rust, directing Pittsburgh Community Choir. I would like to, first of all, welcome all of you who are not only here in person, but also all of you who have joined us on Zoom, on this live broadcast all over the world. We've got beautiful friends from Behike, from Puerto Rico, from all over. Thank you. Boricua in the house. Nuestra gente. And I want to do some thanks now for the people that made this possible. We want to thank Creative Life Support Records, who are actually the company that we are releasing this CD and the other. I'm not that technologically savvy, so I know CDs, but there's all kinds of other ways that you can listen to my music. And you probably know better than me about that. You download it off the internet, and do all that wonderful stuff. So it is that wonderful company led by our beautiful friend Liz Berlin, Creative Life Support Records. All of you beautiful people that pre-ordered the CD, thank you! Hey, let's give them a hand. The people, thank you, because without that money, we would not be able to do this. So thank you. And you'll be getting your CDs. The Committee of Native American Ministries of the United Methodist Church, thank you so much. Beautiful, beautiful people that helped us out. And also the Pittsburgh First Unitarian Church. Wow, these guys really helped us. All of you wonderful folks and the people that just threw money at us to help us. I mean, this was not cheap. This was not inexpensive. It took a lot to get this to happen. So we want to really, really thank all of you folks. I want to give special thanks to my collaborator, Phat Man Dee, Mandy Kiebowitz. I know her mom is listening out there. Her mom is out there, so Elizabeth, you rock, because you made this beautiful person come to the world. So thank you, Elizabeth. And also our awesome, awesome other friend, Liz Berlin, who you will be also hearing from soon. These people guided us by the hand. I'm not really very savvy in terms of all this process of releasing a CD, the recording studio work, all that stuff. They made it happen. And talking about Mandy, you're up next.
I am.
So come on up.
I'm coming.
Come on. We're going to see a performance by Mandy Kiebowitz, Phat Man Dee.
Friends, give it up for Miguel Sagué Jr.
Thank you.
Also, I wanted to thank real quick our friend Devana, who is here at the merch table with Faith Hersey. Devana apparently had a vision 7 or 8 months ago in which I was helping to produce a CD, and thank you all for helping to make that provision come true.
Devana is one of the Behikes of the Canadian Indigenous Spiritual Circle, which, by the way, all these songs are the songs that we've been singing in the Canadian Indigenous Spiritual Circle for 40 years, and Devana is one of our Behikes.
Yes, and thank you to Larry Luther and Mr. Small's recording mastering studio. I forgot to put that in your notes. But he recorded and mixed, mastered everything. I was only the executive producer. I just smiled and nodded while Larry did the actual things. So I'm going to tell you my life story right now in about 3.5 minutes. Guys, you ready? Give it for Carlos Peña, Eric Dowdell Jr., and Miguel Sagué III. In this moment, they are my band. I got them for 2 songs. I hope you like them. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Friends, Romans, Yinzers, ladies, gentlemen, everybody in between and on beyond. breaks, it's true. But while I saw the nation out, they dreamed of kissing you. I sang to lovely rubbermen and full fire-breathing bikes. We did not have no Facebook, so you could not count the likes. I got when I ate them light bulbs and when I pounded them spikes. Through my tongue and through my heart, 'cause there's no brakes upon these bikes. Hey, fat chick, yes, you got it coming to me. Hey, fat chick, what? You got it coming to you. Hey, fat chick, you got it coming to you. Well, we left from San Francisco all the way to Brooklyn town. It's amazing how far you travel on the powers of a cloud. Blossom in Minneapolis, into more in New Orleans. But me, I hail from Pittsburgh, ain't she's only what that means. We got lots of freaks and drag queens and burlesquers by the score. But our jazzmen, they are righteous. They have to fight this war. Mr. Peña, do something. Best y'all should lock up your man. This fat chick, she's a singing with her band and with her friends. I got dancers, I got fire, I got jazz and freaks. Homes cut with fierceness that we ain't seen since the beats. Lodge and I am lovely, so don't forget to stand. And I've laughed, you'll all be wondering if you can find one like me there. Hey, fat chick, yes, you got it coming. What? You got it coming to you. Hey, fat chick, you got it coming to you. Hey, fat chick, you got it coming to you. Hey, fat chick, you got it coming to you. Hey, fat chick, you got it coming to you. Our next song I've got for you is written by Consuelo Gonzalez when she was just 15 years old, native to Mexico City. Miguel's, will you sing this with me?
Yeah.
Miguel's, plural. I get to sing with both of them. It's very exciting. John, will you hand that, please?
tengo miedo perderte después. Mañana tú ya estares lejos, muy lejos de aquí. Ay, que no, que no, que no, que no. Ay, pero bésame, ay, bésame, bésame mucho. Como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo perderte después. Tengo miedo perderte después. Tengo miedo
Miguel Sagué Jr., Miguel Sagué III, Peña, and Dowdell Jr. on the bass. I would love to bring up Miss Liz Berlin if I could. We're going to do a little song. So Miguel is one of our guest collaborative artists, as is Carlos and Chav. On our project, Liz, the owner of this establishment and director of Creative Life Support and Creative Life Support Records, we have a project called Social Justice Disco together, and it's all songs to fight fascists by. And, yes. So we're gonna have Katie and her twin sister, or Katie and her twin sister Liz. We're gonna do a song from that record. This is called Big Brother is Trending, and we have a backing track, so it's a little bit louder than the band. So yeah, you guys are cool for a second, because the next artist doesn't. Give it up for the band, ladies and gentlemen. Miguel Sagué Jr., Carlos Peña, Dowdell Jr., and Miguel Sagué III. The song is called # Big Brother is Trending, and it's also on Creative Life Support Records. Denny, will you boot up our band, please? Give it up for Denny, our sound man. Liz is coming to boot up the band, Denny. Here comes Liz. We wrote this song about how people keep changing stories. You know, something will happen and then the media will spin it to make it look another way. It's also about police brutality, and the guest rapper on this recording is our dear friend Big Juss, and Big Juss. You'll hear him. He teaches with us at We Rock. You ready? Okay, hit it. Whoops. Rewind. Here we go. Firing that man. Big Brother is trending. Big Brother is trending. Big Brother is trending. Double plus under news. Cops are shooting good men dead. Too black to live, they're filled with lead. Come home from school when car broke down. Crawled on good, they shot him down. On person reading a book alone. child shot the video on the phone. Very with us, we shared the feed, but it was crying things didn't feel the need. Big brother is trending. Oh yeah, yeah. Big brother is trending. Big brother is trending. So double plus under you. We got a pipeline built against the law. Treaties broke, hoping natives fall. 400 tribes gathered strong. You don't hear newspeak in their song. Big brother wants us to believe. Protects his lies, defends his needs. But the truth is coming in tonight. We must resist, keep up that fight. Big brother is trending. Big brother is trending. Big brother is trending. There's some double plus on the news. On the news. How do you fight the thought police when they bend the truth to fit their tweets? We pretend that it's not there, but there is injustice everywhere. 'Cause when cops murder, when lives built, got bombs thrown off at home, it's like the Lord himself is calling you. We must pick up the phone. We learn, we teach, we educate ourselves and even those who hate. It's long past time we must decide what's more important, lives or pride. Rearview mirrors freak like the damage, while our guns freak like the badges. So savage, common in the place where I lay at, and you wonder why I dream about payback. Moments of hush on the yellow tape. Clowns on the jury is another face like Mike Brown. Not gonna make, gonna burn it down. Blue flames, red lights, gang colors by police take another life. Hindsight, they were judged by a racist mind. Oh mind, they're blind and will still shine. Dirty by the P's and the X's. Complex how we built for these dresses. Drowned us all in double things. They rectify the past to fit the truth into the narrative. It's the leading footage of the death. Non-persons will take no more breath. Big brother is trending. Big brother is trending. Big brother is trending. That's some double plus under the news. Big brother is trending. Big brother is trending. Big brother is trending. That's some double plus under the news. That's some double plus. Friends, thank you so much. So, if you listen to that song on the internet there, you'll hear the actual Big Just and not the fake Big Just. So I'm really excited to introduce our next artist. Did you want to introduce our next artist? Okay. Well, I saw this lady up in the Bronx, and you are in for a treat. Miguel is going to tell you a little bit about her. All I know is she is a living manifestation of Atabe and Yokahu combined. She's just a glorious, fabulous, lovely, she's just a very powerful artist.
I want to hear it one more time for Mandy and the Berlin sisters. These people rock. Thank you, Mandy. I have the honor of introducing a person that just blew my mind the first time I saw her at the New Yorican Poets Cafe performing. She was amazing, and of course I've seen her online, I've watched her videos, and she was kind enough to consent to do one of my favorite songs, Bruja, for which it stands, Caridad de la Luz, la Bruja, straight from the Bronx.
Thank you for having me, Behike, Miguel, and thank you. It's my first time in Pittsburgh. So this is a special treat for me to be representing in this way. So I wanted to start, spoken word poetry is my foundation. It was my great-grandmother that taught me how to recite poetry, and I wanted to share this poem before we get into Miguel's song. Right? Black is the original color of man. To honor thyself is to honor that. And though the truth is attacked, the further you go back, the answer is still black. Colorado is Spanish for red, and Nevada for snowing. Our native names like Texas, Kansas, Wyoming. Tennessee is rooted in Creek and Cherokee. Real American history is worth knowing. Some may think Kentucky is American as apple pie. It's actually the apple of its eye. Kentucky is a word in Iroquois, which means land of tomorrow, and tomorrow has arrived. Our history lives in the languages. 250 years before English was spoken here, lips were split for speaking First Nation dialects, colonized by one and enslaved by the other, stripped of the words for love of another. Our generation is made from both the enslaver and the enslaved, so within our own blood, peace must be made. The American ideology is to work toward unity. After all, united is what these states are called. The disgrace is that racism is just another word for hatred, and the agenda is to oppress those with melanated faces. And love is the only cure for it to be replaced with. Embracing every life living is how humanity will awaken. Okay, now we got that one done. Now, for which it stands, because La Bruja means the witch in Spanish. My parents got married on Halloween. It's a long story. But, yes, so for which it stands, for the man of the hour, ladies and gentlemen. And here, yeah, this is my little story, right? Phat Man Dee spoke about her story, and this was, I tried to put my life into a song, and this is what came out. DJ, drop it.
Una pregunta.
¿Por qué la bruja? destiny meant she'd succeed. And even though the odds seemed they were stacked up against her, few people could see what she had in her center. Her mental capacity was exposed to tragedy, surviving the insanity, strong as she had to be. Her crew and family believed in her too. Underground is where she grew, boogie down Soundview, where teachers wouldn't recognize her as a real writer. But deep down inside her, a magical fire burned and devoured the negative around her. The voice from inside her was louder than the doubters, so she remained empowered, blossomed like a flower, stood tall as a tower amongst phonies and cowards that all would give her pounds at the witching hour, cause she wouldn't give up, and now she couldn't be prouder. Oh, que yo soy la bruja. Oh, que yo soy la bruja. No me pregunte que por qué la bruja. Aprende ya. They wanted the fame when she earned the name. They wanted the bling, she just wanted to sing. They wanted things selling out for their dreams. She wanted peace and love for human beings. They wanted something they could pump in the truck. She wanted something that was honest from the gut. And they wanted something that the kids would repeat. And she wanted something to instill some belief. Said she couldn't cut it, said that she was too deep. And all that consciousness would put people to sleep. Some dreams were shot down as they tried to deceive her. She had plans for big things, but they wouldn't believe her. They told her that they doubted if she would ever achieve it. Now those very same people couldn't be any sweeter. It wasn't easy either, but if you're a true believer, you could be or inspire a future world leader. Una bruja buena, poeta curandera, con el amor y la luz de la abuela. To spit. It was a lunar eclipse. It was 1996, April 3rd. My spoken word the first time was heard, and I emerged as a New Yorican poet. I didn't even have a flow yet. Bobito hosted. The seed was planted since then. I just had to grow it from the time I was 5 when I learned to recite from my mom, who herself couldn't read or even write. She was my beacon of light. She changed the course of my life. She saw my mom become a wife on Halloween night. So no, I don't kill chickens or do voodoo pin sticking, and my mission isn't wicked. Superstition awaken, no Spanish inquisitions, no spooky premonitions, no treating, no tricking, it's just oral tradition. I only spell with words, verbal incantations, so after this, don't ask again what the name is. Oh, que yo soy la bruja. Mira porque sí la bruja. Esa soy yo soy la bruja. Jamás pregunten nada. Échate pa' acá, échate hasta que es la bruja. De la luz caridad yo te traigo acá. Gracias, Miguel, gracias.
Gracias a ti.
No preguntes más.
See, that's my favorite.
And I still get nervous after all these years. It's ridiculous. But it's because I truly, truly care. And this means so much to me for our indigenous spirit to remain alive, because we are still under attack. You know, I'm a Puerto Rican woman. Boriquén is my island. And what I wish for my island is to have it back. Yeah. Land back and artifacts. Yeah. So when I say land back, I want you guys to say and artifacts, okay? So let's see this next song. This is called Hanhankatu, May It Be This Way. And this is probably the second time ever in my life that I performed this live, but I had to bring it. So this is bohío music, which is house in Taino, so I wanted to do it to house rhythms. So this is what it is. chike, kuki, karayake kaike, kuki, karayake kaike, kuki. Baneke naneke aneke, baneke naneke aneke, baneke naneke aneke, baneke naneke aneke. We invoke ancestral spirits to help us attain what has been stolen. Land back. Artifacts. Our strength remains intact despite the centuries of and present attack. Land back.
And artifacts.
Stolen is that which those void of integrity and respect. True connection is what they lack. Land back.
And artifacts.
Matriarchal elders know what is rape. Some call it frack. Oil and water do not mix, so put it all back. Land back.
And artifacts.
We will accept nothing less than that. Land back.
And artifacts.
Land back. And artifacts. Land back.
And artifacts. Thank you, sister. D2, we say in the Taino language, we say D2. That means my sister. What a thrill to have all of this powerful, ancestral, Guariche, Naniki energy up here on the stage. It occurs to me that there's a whole lot of feminine energy up here. Maybe some sparks in this beautiful place. Thank you. So we're not gonna let Caridad escape, because we're gonna start out with the songs from the Stone Hoop. I'd like for our band to come up now, and we're gonna start singing the songs from the Stone Hoop. These songs are the tunes that we in the Kane Indigenous Spiritual Circle, which is essentially a spiritual organization that has been in existence since 1981, 40 years of existence. We were featured in the timeline of the Museum of the American Indian, of indigenous organizations that have been active since the early 80s to this day, which is called the Taino Resurgence Movement. And we were one of the first groups that were out there, the Canadian Indigenous Spiritual Circle. So we're gonna be singing those songs now. Some of these songs have been out there forever. People have been singing it. They've been singing it all over the world. They've been singing it in Germany and Russia, believe it or not, singing our songs. So go figure. The very first song we're gonna sing We're gonna sing this song. It's dedicated to Atabe, the cosmic matriarch. It is essentially the essence of Mother Earth. Atabe. Taino tiwa kiata,
Taino tiwa kiata, Taino tiwa kiata, Taino tiwa kiata.
are tware do ture, are tware watabe.
Taino tiwa kiata, Taino tiwa kiata, Taino tiwa kiata, Taino tiwa kiata. Taino tiwa kiata, Taino tiwa kiata, Taino tiwa kiata, Taino tiwa kiata. Taino tiwa kiata, Taino tiwa kiata, Taino tiwa kiata. Taino tiwa kiata, Taino tiwa kiata, Taino tiwa kiata, Taino tiwa kiata. Taino tiwa kiata, Taino tiwa kiata, Taino tiwa kiata, Taino tiwa kiata.
I want to tell you that the beautiful young woman that was doing that fancy shawl dance is the daughter of our Pittsburgh Behike. Pittsburgh Behike is called Dee Dee, and she's up on the stage here wearing the feathers, and her daughter is called Bella. And that was Bella dancing. And it's such an honor to be performing with both of them. The next song is dedicated to Yokahu, the Lord of Life. You know, his name, in our interpretation of his name in the Canadian Indigenous Spiritual Circle, literally means soul of the yucca plant. The yucca plant that all of you, especially you Tainos out there, you know what comer yucca is. And you know, there's a kind of yucca that you can't eat just like the way it comes out of the ground. It's called yucca brava, as opposed to the yucca dulce, which everybody, you know, eats just like you boil it, you eat it. But yucca brava, you have to process it. It is an incredible source of nutrition and the power, the energy of the sun that these beautiful green plants absorb into their tissues and store in those starchy roots. And then we come along, process it, actually the ladies do, process it, and we eat it in the form of a plant food called cassave, which is the bread that is made from yucca. That is what his name means. Lord Yokahu is essentially the soul of the yucca plant. He is the male energy that lives in the sky, represented by the sun. Energy, power, life, Yokahu.
Wakia Baba Dureito Ka. Wakia Baba Dureito Ka. Wakia Baba Dureito Ka. Wakia Baba Dureito. Wariko wakia, musika wakia, para yo comer yo, Taino vivo mato, wakia baba tureito, Taino vivo mato, wakia baba tureito, huatoka mama itoka, tuko katureito, huatoka mama itoka, tuko katureito, Taino vivo mato, wakia baba tureito, Taino vivo mato, wakia baba tureito. Dedicated to Yokahu, the Lord of life, the Lord of energy. Wow, that felt good. We're gonna do a special song now. And before we start singing the song, I want to do something. Every month, we honor the connection between the divine woman, Atabe, who manifests her monthly cycles in the lunations of the moon every 28 days, and the human women that live on the earth, who manifest the same exact monthly cycle inside their bodies, the monthly cycle of the moon. So we get together and we honor this by celebrating the full moon ceremony. And I'm going to turn this over to Caridad. She is going to, we're going to start the song, and she's going to relate what is going to happen. I'm going to ask Bella to come up, and when I give her the signal, she'll start. This is Bella again, the young lady that did the dance earlier, and Caridad will tell you what is going to happen. My musician buddies, please begin.
The full moon ceremony expresses these facts in the sacred words of the main prayer. That prayer is recited by a woman or girl selected from the group of celebrants. She utters the prayer right after she lights the two flames.
Guarachita, Guaquiaba, Areito, Guature.
represent the fact that during its full phase, the moon is brighter than at any other time of the month. So at that moment, it has a double light. Once the double flame is lit, the sacred words of the prayer express the cycle of creation. Our women have within them the rhythm of the universe. Guariche, guaquiaba, areto, guature.
Guariche, guaquiaba, areito, guature. Guariche, guaquiaba, areito, guature. Guariche, guaquiaba, areito, guature. Guariche, guaquiaba, areito, guature. Universe. All right. This song has no lyrics, and yet we're going to sing it anyway. This is the song that takes place, really call it a chant. This takes place when the tobacco is being smoked around the circle of a typical Kane circle, indigenous spiritual circle, Kane indigenous spiritual circle ceremony. So every ceremony starts with the smoking of tobacco because tobacco is very sacred to us. And we offer our prayers through the smoke of the tobacco. And while that's happening, this chant is performed. So we usually started with a flute, and we're so, so grateful to Mary, who actually usually performs with Kris and the community choir, and she has consented to do the flute part for this song. So she's a brave lady. Okay, Mary, you're on. so grateful that I'm surrounded by all of these amazing artists with all this wonderful talent. My friend Carlos Peña, my buddy Eric here behind me. Carlos Peña on the lead guitar, on the rhythm guitar also, all the guitar. Eric on the bass. On the flute, of course, Mary from the Pittsburgh Community Choir. On the tom-tom here, doing the booming sound, and on backup vocals, my dear friend Jeff Mucaro. On the Mayowacan, my son Miguel Sagué III. On backup vocals, my honey, my beautiful wife Lenny. The amazing, the extraordinary Phat Man Dee. Don't figure that quick change there. The wonderful, the incredible representative of the Canay Circle here in Pittsburgh, Didi, Devana, Caravaggio, Mitchell, Schreiner, Didi. I said Cardi. I got it first. And the dancer and the bearer of the lights, you know, the double light of the full moon. I don't know where she escaped to this. She is over there. Didi's daughter, Bella. All right, we're going to the next song now. That was a tobacco song, by the way. The next song is the Song of the Four Directions. It's dedicated to Achiano in the south, Coromo in the west, Racuno in the north, and Sobaico in the east. Give me a little 6/8 there. 4 directions song. South, west, north, and east. Each one with its own gift. Open mind in the south, introspection in the west, wisdom and experience in the north, illumination and enlightenment in the place where the sun comes up, the east. So we're going to go to a tune that honors all the spirits of the Taino tradition. All of them. All the ones that are named, all the ones that we don't even know about. All the deities. The sky, the earth, the trees, everything. The air, the water. In the Taino language, the plural, you know how in English you put an S at the end of the word, and we also use that in Spanish. We put an S at the end of a word that makes it plural. In the Taino language, to make a word plural, you add the syllable no. And it doesn't mean no like negative, that's just the way we say that it's more than one thing. So semi is a spirit. Semino is many spirits. This is the song of all the spirits. Okay, we're going to get all personal now. When I was very young, I went off on a vision quest by myself. It was not easy. I fasted for 4 days. And going off on vision quest by yourself is not a smart thing to do, so I was being a little foolish there. But I did. I did it anyway. I was 17, 16. And I was looking for big big stuff. I was looking for buffaloes and wolves to come in my vision and excite me and get me all powerful. And I was looking for maybe a manatee to come into the situation out of the sea. And what I got was a cricket. The cricket spoke to me. At first, it seemed kind of ridiculous that I was being spoken to by a cricket, but that's the way it worked. And I started my enlightenment journey on that day. My guardian spirit is the cricket, and this song is dedicated to my guardian spirit. And if you listen carefully, you'll hear where there's a brief stop in the music, and it goes boom, 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 boom. That's the cricket hopping. So imagine that cricket hopping in your head, okay? Koku, you. Dase misaki, oh. You ancient creation legend of the Tainos speaks of a chief called Wahayona, who before he became a great chief kind of messed up really badly. He got upset with his people and he decided to punish them by doing what? By absconding from the ancestral cave with all the women. What? He left. He used his persuasion, his power of persuasion, to persuade all the women of the ancestral cave to leave with him. And he left not only the men by themselves, but also the babies. The babies that were not yet weaned. It was a huge, huge sin. It was a horrible act. And of course he repented. He got punished by getting sick later. But only the curative powers of a woman Behike, a woman healer, who put him in a wanara, which we interpret as a sweat lodge. That's the only thing that saved him. He got so sick and messed up. And all those ladies, they abandoned him. They went off to live by themselves in an island called Matinino, the place with no men. So that's what happened to him. So the men were left without women. And the balance of the tribe was completely messed up. But there were these strange beings living in the forest. They were genderless. They didn't have any gender, and they were real teasers. They would come and tease the men and mess with them. And the men would try to hold on to them, but they would run away. So they came up with an idea. The chief came back, now healed and very, asked for forgiveness. And then they came up with the idea of catching 4 of these creatures, 4 of these entities. They looked like humans, but they had no gender. And their bodies they did not have the shape of either man or woman. And they caught them. They were able to catch them. And then the bird of transformation, the woodpecker, came and started pecking at their bodies and shaping them like the shape of a human woman. And when that happened, these entities from the forest took on the soul of an ethical woman. And they became the new women of the tribe. Not only were they the new women of the tribe, but they also brought the wisdom of the forest, which is where they used to live. They came into the community with this wisdom of the forest, healing wisdom. So a lot of the women of our tradition are the healers, because they bring that healing power from the forest. So we have a song that honors the woodpecker for having done this. The woodpecker in the Taino language is called Inriri. Inriri da ma sinatu. You eliminate all anger and what is that? Yeah, that's the sound of the modern Inriri. Ay, caramba.
Tell him to buy a ticket to watch on
Yeah.
See, he didn't tell me any of that when we were recording the song. He mentioned nothing about the genderless dryads that were brought in. That's fascinating. You learn something every day, friends. Every day.
All the Tainos out there know that story. Okay. Inriri da ma. Inriri ma sinatu.
It's a woodpecker song. It's a whole backstory.
And he's perfectly innocent.
Okay, we'll start together. Inriri ma sinatu. One, two, three. Inriri ma sinatu. 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 Hey! Inriri ma sinatu. Thank you. We're going to finish our set with the song that we sing inside the sweat lodge. Every time I sing this song, I feel like there should be steam all around me, because that's what I'm used to. But today I've got the steam of all this love surrounding me. Huracan, 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 oh huracan, 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 oh huracan, 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 oh huracan, huracan, yakama voy a ser a tu tautababon, huracan, yakama voy a ser a tu tautababon, huracan, 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 oh huracan, 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 oh huracan, huracan, hura, hura, huracan, hura, huracan, 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 oh huracan, 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 oh huracan, huracan, yaukama voy a ser a tu tautababa, huracan, yaukama voy a ser a tu tautababa, huracan, 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 oh huracan, 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 oh huracan, huracan, hura, huracan, hura, huracan, hura, ha, huracan, 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 oh huracan, 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 oh huracan. Thank you so very much. These are the songs of the Canadian Indigenous Spiritual Circle. Beautiful people, thank you.
You can buy them right now. Right here, right now.
These are the songs included in our CD. Please buy our CD. It is really a work of love. I mean, we really put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this. Right, Mandy?
You more than any. You're the one's been, the ancestors been writing them for you for 50 years, so.
I want to introduce now, I think all our people can. I'm going to introduce somebody that's very, very special to us. If any of you are acquainted with the music, the theme music in two of the most famous blockbuster movies in the history of movies, Ice Age and Matilda, you may have noticed the wonderful song. That song was created and made famous by a group from right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Let's give them a big hand. Rusted Root. And of that group, Rusted Root, the people that made that song famous, Liz Berlin, one of the founding members of that group. Actually, she is the owner of this place. She also runs and owns the recording studio that we recorded the CD, and is producing and is putting it out to the world with her production company. This woman is an amazing talent of Pittsburgh, and I just love listening to her. Liz Berlin.
Thank you, Miguel. Big hand for Miguel and all the musicians. What a huge accomplishment. I'm so honored and proud to be a very small part of it, and I'm so happy that we can finally get Miguel's music out into the world where it deserves to be. Creative Life Support Records has released it digitally on every major streaming platform, so you can find it everywhere, in addition to right here on this table. So, congratulations, Miguel.
Thank you.
Yes. And congratulations to Phat Man Dee for producing the album and for producing this entire show. So let's hear it for Mandy as well. All right, I'm just going to sing a couple of songs for you. This first one, it's called In the Absence of a Fairy Tale, and it's my most recently completed song. I wrote it during an annual camping trip that I do every year to a place called Pennsic, which is a medieval reenactment festival that happens up north every summer. And I wrote it over the course of several years in an attempt to write something medieval sounding, which failed miserably. But it turned into something completely different because I collaborated on these lyrics with a poet and with everyone in my campground around the campfire on the last day. And this song is really special to me because, I don't know, who here remembers as far back as you try to remember as far back into your childhood, the feeling of joy, just the joy of being human, being alive, you know? And I think ideally everyone would be able to remember that. If you can't, I guarantee you it happened, it was there. And that feeling, you know, it gets clouded by life. It gets clouded by responsibilities and obligation and being an adult and having to live and you know, and survive, really. It's clouded by survival. But that joy, I guarantee you it was there for you at one point. And this song, it really is about the fact that it's really up to us to reclaim that. It's our birthright. And so this is In the Absence of a Fairy Tale. Tonight I'm a little girl, barefoot and muddy and drinking the world, laughing and spinning and singing a song with no words, pure and uncertain and unconcerned. In the absence of a fairy tale, all the world's a stage, and every mask that you try on will fade away with age, trying to sell me a ladder to reach all the places they say I should reach. But where are the wings of my childhood? Gravity grounds me. Questions the answers that I can't see. In the absence of a fairy tale, all the world's a stage. childhood, those dreams of fire will melt the snow. Sure, I could work the machine. Sure, I could turn the wheel. But how can you put out the fire of one who has sipped from the clouds? Silence the thunder to live out loud. In the absence of a fairy tale, all the world's a stage, and every mask that you try on will fade away with age. In the absence of a fairy tale, once you do awake, you'll find every role you're cast into will hide your truth, your truest face. Thank you so much. So the next song that I'm going to sing for you is a very special song, and it's actually extremely connected to Miguel and the Kane Indian Circle, the Kane Spiritual Circle. I wrote this song at the Council of the Three Rivers American Indian Center way long time ago, when my band Rusted Root was first forming. At the time, we were having rehearsals every single night into the wee hours. I was a college student and then rehearsing at night, and then we met Miguel and several other members of the Native American community, and we had the honor to be able to go to the Council of the Three Rivers Indian Center to participate in the sweat lodges, and that's where I first met Miguel. It was very special to us in our spiritual development, and this one particular day, I was not able to go into the sweat lodge because I was on my moon, which, for those of you who may not know, is when I was menstruating, and women did not go into the sweat lodge. So this particular night, I was sitting up on a hill overlooking the sweat lodge, watching the rest of my band, and Miguel and the rest of the community were inside, and I was just watching, and I was sitting up there on the hill with my guitar, and I started playing these chords. What came next was this song called Moon, which was inspired by that night. And the moon, some of the lyrics are, I swear I saw the moon move, glide across the sky with a star at its side. Its crescent shape is out tonight with opal shadow hiding by. And I swear I saw the moon move. And it's a song that really kind of like helped me break through a lot of pain that I had, and helped me find a much stronger place within myself. So thank you for that, Miguel, and to the community. Incidentally, this song became a Rusted Root song eventually. I was not the main songwriter of Rusted Root, but this is one of two songs of mine that did actually find its way onto a Rusted Root album. But this is the original version as it was written up on the hill at the Council of Three Rivers American Indian Center.
Its crescent shape is out tonight with opal shadow hiding by, and I swear it's all the moon. I'm singing about some kind of pain. Since outside from where the fire burned, all of you huddled in the earth. I am touching the surface. I am. Let me bend into the fire. Let it dry my skin. It waits to be part of the fire. Let the healing begin. Let the healing begin. I'm sifting through glass shards of wisdom pains, tearing them out one by one by one. They've been buried so long I had grown to ignore them. Slowly they surface and cut through the skin, and I swear glide across the sky with the stars all in light, and I swear saw the fire grow as everyone sees it and cuts through their own. For in the circle I see, and in the fire will be a dying sun. For in the circle I see, and in the fire will be a dying sun. And I swear saw the moon glide across the sky with the stars all in light. I'm standing here watching the fire grow. Everyone sees it and cuts through their own, and I swear saw the
Thank you so much. Thank you, Miguel. So we're going to do one more song, and I'd love to ask Miss Phat Man Dee to join us back up here on the stage again. Woo! I was extremely honored to collaborate with Mandy on the Social Justice Disco project, as well as I was so honored to have Miguel collaborate on that project, and Miguel Jr. and III to both collaborate on that project, along with 60 other amazing musicians, artists, and poets from throughout Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh area. It was such a meaningful experience to put that album together. And we showed you one song from that earlier in Mandy's set, and now we're going to play another song. This is one that I've been playing since I was like probably 16 years old, and somehow it just is unfortunately still relevant in all new ways.
There's something happening here, but what it is ain't exactly clear. 'Cause there's a man with a singing songs and carrying signs. Mostly sing hooray for our signs. Don't stop, children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going Paranoia strikes deep into your lives, it will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. Step out of line and the man come and take you away. It's time to stop, children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Hey, everybody look what's going down. What's going down, 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 down. What's going down, 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 down. What's going down, down. What's going down, down. What's going down. What's going down? What's going down?
Thank you very much. Phat Man Dee, Katie Berlin. I'm Liz Berlin. It's an honor to be here with you. Thank you.
Up next, we are so excited to have an exciting performer. I've met this young man at the powwow at the Council of Three Rivers American Indian Center just last September when we released Miguel's first single, Atabey. And he looked extremely exciting to me, and I had never heard him perform. And I heard him during sound check, and I'm really excited that we can bring him up to you. He's special to Miguel for many reasons, but Miguel also performed the wedding ceremony for him at the Indian Center. So please, Liz, if you get to the computer so you can play this young man's tracks, let's, Liz, go to the computer. Somebody get Liz. Oh, she's there, Miguel, she's there. Friends, Romans, Yinzers, ladies, gentlemen, everybody in between and on beyond, put your hands together for Hurricane
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? I'm gonna get y'all hype like on some hip-hop stuff right now. Some indigenous hip-hop stuff right now. From the Tainos, my roots, seminal Native Americans, that's my people. I do it for them, I do it for hip-hop, I do it for the culture. I do it for the East Coast. Let's go.
You know, I want to make an anthem. Okay. Like, remember when rappers had anthems?
Yeah, I remember.
I want to create or recreate that.
I want y'all to vibe to this real quick.
Something like, kick that.
Power to my people, 'cause my people got power. Power to my people, 'cause my people got power. Power to my people, 'cause my people got power. My people got power. Put your fist in the air. Power to my people got power. Power to my people got power. Power to my people got power. Here we go.
The whole world is ours.
Roll call. Boricuas, morenos, nativos, los Chicanos, Mexicanos, the Latinos. You know I do it for my black and brown hermanos. So let's shout it all the way to that Sao Paulo. Power to my people have power. Every other day we taking a hater shower. From the racists to hypocrites to cowards. We don't die, we multiply by the hour. Go ahead, do it again, pump your fist. It's time to show these what it is. To tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. Veer straight the number, so let's handle biz. The revolution will be televised as wise, no TV gas, first person narrative. The cameraman just right outside. Soldiers all information marching in a perfect line. My people so extraordinary, so resilient. Divided in every sense, so brilliant. I ain't down that, you ain't down that. This make me wanna buck. Salute to the youth of Nigeria fighting for that justice. No way you can touch this, no way you can hush this. Governments are corrupted. It's the R to the A to the P, SCA to the R times 2. Fighting for you. Power to my people got power. Power to my people got power. Power to my people got power. My people got power. The whole world is ours. That was my song, Power to the People. That's the original song that I got. You know, I just recorded it. It's going to be on my album, 90s Baby. I'm a 90s baby. I'm 30 years old, born 1991. Got an old soul, you know. I got that LL Cool J style. I got that 50 Cent style. I got that Don Omar style. You know. Play my next song.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy Rap Star. This is
Dedicated anybody who's born in the 90s. From the 9 zip to the 99. This is dedication from the 99 zip. I'ma take you back in time, so don't trip in the hood. Tranquilo, corn, be rug rap, steelos, fresh to death. Homie, we were all that. Can't tell me the 90s wasn't the decade. Ain't throwing no disses, no insult, no shade. I've been being a kid again. Around the same time, doctors started pushing out Ritalin, Porsche jeans, rocking Timberlands. Hands up, rap stars bringing back the 90s again. Blood chronic, throw style in the morning. Give me fist glow, got more rings than Sonic. This is for my 90s brothers. This is for my 90s sisters. Carjays and Cornelis. So sit still, cause we coming right back. Yeah. Lily the goddess on the track, on the song, on the hook. Give a shout out to Lily the goddess from Florida. She's Boricua, está bien? Yeah. Yeah. Wait. Alright, this song I need everybody to get up. I mean everybody, if you're willing, you're able, and you can move. Even if you're handicapped, just throw your hands up. You know?
Cam, I'm fat.
Huh?
I said, Cam, I'm fat.
Just throw your hand back and forth, you know? Like Willa, wave your hand back. This song right here is gonna be crazy. It's not only a Taino celebration. Shout out to you for marrying me. Greatest day of my life. You see me struggle with that tent? The ancestors watching over me. I was struggling with that tent.
I felt sorry for you that day, man. 90-degree weather.
It was crazy. This song right here, I mean, this is definitely some hip hop stuff right here. I mean, I'm taking it back to the 80s. Everybody knows this song. This is a remix. And this is a remix that is close to me because it represents not only me and myself, but, you know, just the whole indigenous movement. We need, you know, a voice back. A lot of people in the country think we're just gone. We're away. We're like figments of the past, but we still here. You know what I'm saying? Play this song. Ho, ho, ho. Ah, we run this. Ah, we run this. Ah, we run this. Ah, we run this. This is serious. This right here is serious. Wanna copy, but you're scared of us. My whole entire nation is indigenous. Caribbeans, you heard of us. North and South Americas. Hold up, take a piece of this beast pipe. I'ma show you MCs how to rock a mic. Up jump the boogie, boogie jumps to me. You're now rocking with the seminal chief. Taino, tell me and me hit that. Boy, they want a house to solve that. Yo, ah, we run this. Ah, we run this. Hit it, gang. You heard just what I'm saying. It's indigenous nation. Seminal, jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. You know it's a hit. Rock your hips like you're doing Fresh Prince. Taino. We run this, we run this, we run this. You heard just what I'm saying. This is indigenous nation. Jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. You know this a hit. Rock your hips like you're doing Fresh Prince. Mayan, we run this, we run this. I speak truth in the words that I'm singing. Real niggas don't do Thanksgiving, no Mother's Day, no 4th of July, no rockets flaring up in the sky. We get turned up, put our feathers up, no more trailing tears, you get messed up. Ink does, can't forget about Tupac, 2021 still stand and rock without your neck mess, move on 4 tongues. American history, son, 101, Apache, Crow, Dakota, Magdane, Air North Dakota, Cheyenne, Arapaho, watch American fur coat, Eskimo. All the haters, they get that slow. Knocking one by one, Geronimo. If y'all know the dance to the Fresh Prince, I wanna see y'all do that. We run this. Here we go. We run this. You heard just what I'm saying. This is indigenous nation. Jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. You know this a hit. Rock your hips like you're doing Fresh Prince. We run this, we run this, we run this. You heard just what I'm saying. This is indigenous nation. Jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. You know this a hit. Rock your hips like you're doing Fresh Prince. We run this, we run this. This is serious. This right here is serious. Wanna copy, but you're scared of us. My whole entire nation is indigenous. The Caribbeans, you heard of us. North and South America. Hold up, I'm a taste of the beast bite. I'ma show you MCs how to rock a mic. Indigenous, jump on it. All nation, we run this. No longer on the hush. Can't spell US without us. You heard just what I'm saying. This is indigenous nation. Jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. You know this a hit. Rock your hips like you're doing Fresh Prince. We run this, we run this, we run this. You heard just what I'm saying. This is indigenous nation. Jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. You know this a hit. Rock your hips like you're doing Fresh Prince. We run this, we run this, we run this. Yeah. Everybody say ho. Say ho. Now scream. That's that East Coast stuff right there.
Wow.
Do I have any energy left? My man Hurricane Cam! So when he said I married him, that doesn't mean I were wearing his ring. I'm a Behike, so I am entitled to bring people together. And Hurricane Cam came up to the Council of Three Rivers American Indian Center and got married. He spent the whole previous day setting up a tent all by himself for the reception. That was an amazing feat. So I want to bring Guarachita back up here. The musicians of Guarachita. In the late 1980s, I got together with my wife and my son, who I had already been singing on the stage with for several years. I threw my son up on the stage when he was 5 years old, and he never came back down. Guarachita Latin Dance Band. We call this Guarachita because it's like the smaller version of Guarachita. This band is led by my son, Miguel Sagué III. I gave it up. I got old. Let's face it, I'm 70 years old. So I had to give up. He has taken it on, and he has brought it to all kinds of levels. So this Guarachita, it's my honor to do a little singing with them. I hope I can get my breath back after that Hurricane Cam song. Knocked the wind out of me. We're gonna do a little Cuban rhythm here. Que tengo, no te lo puedo negar. Se me sale la mamita y no lo puedo evitar. Llego a Puerto, voy para Mayarí. Alto Cerro, voy para Mayarí. Llego a Puerto, voy para Mayarí. Alto Cerro, voy para Mayarí. Llego a Puerto, voy para Mayarí. Llego a Puerto, voy para Mayarí.
Mayarí. Tanto cedro voy para Mayarí, llego a Cueto voy para Mayarí. Tanto cedro voy para Mayarí, llego a Cueto voy para Mayarí.
From Buena Vista Social Club, Chan Chan. My son, Cha on the congas. Our friend, Mark Custer, who no longer looks like a hermit. That's an inside joke. On bass, we've got Eric. Eric, give me your last name again, man. Dowdell. Eric Dowdell. I lost my mind. Oh, there it is. Eric Dowdell Jr. There's a lot of juniors up here. And on the guitar, we've got Carlos Peña, the soul of Colombia. Take it away, Chuck.
Siempre he sido camionero, yo nací cargando caña. Siempre he sido camionero, yo nací cargando caña. Traigo yo ante que se daña, desde el campo hasta Morón. Yo siempre voy cantando mi son. Mi son es un homenaje a la vida campesina, que es el sol que ilumina y la risa del machetero, dejo del ballet cantando, voy pa' cama, en el camión, dejo del ballet cantando, trayendo caña buena pa' uno.
Me decía mi abuelo que era un hombre inteligente. Me decía mi abuelo que era un viejo inteligente. No le va mucha aguardiente, mío. Iba a ser un trabajador, iba a ser un trovador. Aprende bien a escuchar el arrullo del palmar y chúpate mucha caña. Eso endulza la garganta. El son sale más sabroso, lejos del batén, cantando, voy pa' cama, voy lejos del batén, cantando, trayendo caña buena, vámonos, camionero.
Suena amargo.
Eso endulza la garganta y el son sale más
sabroso, lejos del papel, cantando, voy pa' Camagüey, lejos del papel, cantando, trayendo paña buena pa'. Me voy pa' Morón, me voy pa' Morón, me voy pa' Morón, me voy pa' Morón, en el camión, me voy pa' Morón, mira que me voy, me voy pa' Morón. Voy componiendo mi son aquí en la carretera. Dímelo, hijo. Voy componiendo mi son sabroso aquí en la carretera. Como es un son muy sabroso como la Guantanamera. La Guantanamera, pita camión, voy pa' Camagüey, pita camión. 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 Voy componiendo mi son aquí en la carretera. Voy componiendo mi son aquí en la carretera. Es un son sabroso como la Guantanamera. Pita camión, voy pa' Camagüey, pita camión. Me voy pa' Camagüey, pita camión. Voy pa' Camagüey, pita camión. Pita camión, voy pa' Camagüey, pita camión. Pita camión, voy pa' Camagüey, pita camión. Aquí. Ladies and gentlemen, the man whose record we are releasing here is going to take a break off the stage. Please give it up for Miguel Sagué. He even came up and stole some montunos. It was, it was bravery in my heart. Cintura y se ve lo que queda, que me le esa soltura que te le considera, que tiene mucha soltura. Mira qué rico bailar merengue, qué rico bailar, que mira qué rico bailar merengue, qué rico bailar. Para bailar con mi nena yo me voy para encima, para bailar con mi nena yo me voy para encima. Merengue dominicano, lo bailo de medio lado, merengue dominicano, lo bailo de medio lado. Mira qué rico bailar merengue, qué rico bailar, que miras qué rico bailar merengue, qué rico bailar. Para bailar el merengue hay que mover la cintura, para bailar el merengue hay que mover la cintura. Y se ven los quiqueyanos que tienen mucha soltura, y se ven los quiqueyanos que tienen mucho ángulo, que mira qué rico bailar, que mira qué rico bailar, que mira qué rico bailar merengue, qué rico
Hermanita, me gustó verte aquí.
Buscando yo tu amor en tu rostro. Lo que quiero, lo que quiero, lo que quiero, mi amor, son tus besos, tus labios, tu rostro, mi amor. Yo me entrego, me entrego, me entrego, mi amor. Todos tus besos, tus labios, tus caricias, mi amor. Gozando, poblamos toda la tierra, meneando y gozando, y entregándome, ay, por tus caderas, ay, nena, lo que quiero, lo que quiero, lo que quiero, amor, es tu rostro, mi amor. Yo me entrego, me quedo con mi corazón, tus besos, tus labios, tus caricias, mi amor. Han lo que hablan mal de nuestro amor, es que quisieran tener lo que tengo yo. Celosos son. Son adictos a tu rostro, a tus labios, tus ojos, mi amor, tus besos, tus caricias, mi amor. Lo que quieren, lo que quiero yo. Mi corazón, tu corazón, mi corazón suena amargo. Mark Custer on the trumpet, ladies and gentlemen. On the guitar, Carlos Peña. bueno aquí.
Soy bajito y carretero,
Peña de guitarra.
¡Yo! ¡Carlito!
Yo trabajo sin reposo para poderme casar. Trabajo sin reposo para poderme casar. Y si lo podré lograr, seré un guajiro dichoso.
A caballo vamos al monte, a caballo vamos al monte, a caballo vamos al monte, a caballo vamos al monte.
Suena Marco. On the trumpet, ladies and gentlemen.
Soy guajiro y carretero, en el campo vivo bien. Que soy guajiro y carretero, en el campo vivo bien. Porque el campo es que le dé palito del mundo entero. A caballo vamos al monte, a caballo vamos al monte, a caballo vamos al monte, a caballo vamos al monte.
Me voy pa' Morón,
Me voy pa' Morón,
me voy pa' Morón, me voy pa' Morón, pa' Morón, pa' Morón, me voy pa' Morón, me voy pa' Santiago, me voy pa' Morón, a los hoyos me voy pa' Morón, oriente, oriente, me voy pa' Morón, Don Cedro, para Margarita, de acuerdo para Margarita, Morón, pa' Morón, vamos, me voy pa' Morón, me voy pa' Morón, me voy pa' Morón, me voy pa' Morón.
cacareando y desplomado el gallo de Morón.
No sé si
Qué cansado.
Cansa mañana.
Dice.
Okay, we're going to Cumbia land now.
Okay, we got a request just now, and so I'm gonna have to run an audible. And yeah, we're gonna play something. We're gonna veer to the mainland, out of the Caribbean, to play a song here, a nuestra manera.
Okay.
Colombia. ciudad. Tú me sabes cumbia, cumbia de mi playa. Tú también sabes cumbia, cumbia de mi playa. Y Zenaida, baila mi cumbia, Zenaida, baila mi cumbia. Baila mi cumbia, Zenaida, baila mi cumbia. Baila mi cumbia, Zenaida, baila mi cumbia. Baila mi cumbia, Zenaida, Carlito Peña. Zenaida, baila mi cumbia, baila mi cumbia, Zenaida, baila mi cumbia, baila mi cumbia, Zenaida, baila mi mangui babaya, Zenaida, mangui babaya, Zenaida, mangui babaya, Zenaida, mangui babaya. Babaya, Zenaida, mangui babaya, mangui babaya, Zenaida, mangui limón, mangui babaya, Zenaida, mangui babaya, Zenaida, mangui babaya, Zenaida, mangui babaya. So I'm a finisher out here. I'm here to settle things. So I need a time check to find out how much longer we have.
You keep me going. You have plenty of time to do I go, and whatever else you want.
You know what? I think I'm gonna take a request out of that, and take that as a request. And I'm gonna play something that's a little New Orleans, but yet we got our hands on it. We put some Latin, Puerto Rican on it. And we're gonna make it funky for you. And we're gonna invite Phat Man Dee up on the stage. We're giving up Phat Man Dee. Please join us, Mandy.
Hey, can we give a shout out to all of our Zoom audience here? We got Consuelo is watching.
Is that the Consuelo? The Consuelo?
The Consuelo, yes.
Hey, Tina, how you doing?
We got Lisa Alexander's watching, and
Lisa!
Christina Springer and Winston Nunley are watching, and Poe Ariani, and
Boss is over there. Holy
Yeah,
man.
Poe's still watching. And Jackie Smith. And there's that Christina and Winston, they're watching.
Yeah. Hermanita in California, that's my sister Consuelo.
Yeah, te quiero mucho. She's smiling at y'all. Taino blessing is on y'all.
All right.
You're turning off my camera and I'm being distracted. It's a very spiritual number. So look deep inside yourselves.
It is. It's very spiritual.
It's very spiritual to me.
Could I have just a little bit more volume on my mic here?
Count 12.
You're in the store.
Take your microphone. It's only right there.
Si tú sientes candela en los pies, si te quema una flama, son los negros de la verde, ya la bomba te llama. Oye, si tú sientes candela en los pies, te quema una flama, son los negros de la verde, ya la bomba te llama. Talking about hey now, hey now, ay go, hey, sacamos vino a naye, sacamos vino aye, I say, hey now. If it's your grandma and my grandpa sitting by the fire, that's when your grandma said to my grandpa, my grandma set your bed on fire. Say, I say, hey now, hey now, hey now, I go, hey, Shaka Mofino, Shaka Mofina, I'm talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, I go, hey, Shaka Mofino, Shaka Mofina,
Si tú sientes candela en los pies, si te quema una flama, solo negro de la verde, que a la bomba te llama. Si tú tienes candela en los pies, si te quema una flama, solo negro de la verde, que a la bomba te llama. Aquí va, hey now,
I go, hey, Shaka Mofino, Shaka Mofina,
hey now, hey now,
hey now, I go, hey, Shaka Mofino, Shaka Tarebeki,
Dressed in red,
I go, hey,
I put your pride on the hill till you're dead.
Shaka Mofina,
See my man all dressed in green.
I go, hey,
Getting on the man, you're loving machine.
Shaka Mofina,
hey now, hey now,
I go, hey, Shaka Mofino, Shaka Mofina, hey now, I go, hey, Shaka Mofino, Shaka Tarebeki. Oye, si tú sientes candela en los pies, si te quema una flama, son los negros de la verde, y a la bomba te llaman. Si tú sientes candela en los pies, si te quema una flama, tienen una rumba que es un bambule, y a la bomba te llama. I say, hey now, I go, hey, Shaka Mofino, Shaka Mofina, talking about hey now, I go, hey, Shaka Mofino, Sakamofinaye, 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 Sakamofino anaye. I said Sakamofina. Now sing with me, and now, and now. Sakamofino anaye, Sakamofinaye. I'm talking about and now, and now. One last thing, when it's your flag boy and my flag boy sitting down on tire. That's when your flag boy said to my flag boy, I got to set your flag on fire. I'm talking about it now, it now. I go hey. Sakamofino anaye, Sakamofinaye. I say one more it now, it now. I go hey. Sakamofino anaye, Sakamofinaye.
From San Juan to New Orleans.
Pittsburgh.
Whoa, really?
All right, well, first of all, please give it up for Phat Man Dee for coming up on the stage, playing with Guarachita. We only brought a few of us, and some of us are new hitters, and I'm very excited to be working with them. Please give it up one more time for Carlos Peña, el colombiano, Eric Dowdell of the Seeds of Pittsburgh, and Mark Custer is our Rough Rider tonight. Okay. So now we're gonna play something montuno, because we like that Caribbean sound.
Teach you what my voice coach teaches me. Anytime. I'm serious. I mean, I gave you your name. Yeah. I mean,
Cuando llegaré, cuando llegaré al bohío, cuando llegaré, cuando llegaré al bohío, cuando yo llegue al bohío, ahí estará mi guajira. Cuando yo llegue al bohío, mami, ahí estará mi guajira, mi mujercita querida, que me espera junto al río. Mira, guajira. Cuando llegaré, mujer, cuando llegaré al bohío, cuando llegaré, cuando llegaré al bohío. Tengo en un palmar hermoso una casita de guaro. Yo tengo en un palmar hermoso, mami, una casita de guaro, donde me dé mi niña linda la mano, como un suspiro cariñoso. Cuando llegaré, cuando llegaré al bohío, cuando llegaré, cuando llegaré al bohío. Mark Custer on the trumpet.
Ay, cuando yo llegué al bohío, mira, allá estará mi guajira, mi linda. Mi mujercita linda, querida, que me espera junto al río. Cuando llegaré, cuando llegaré al bohío. Cuando llegaré, cuando llegaré al bohío.
Oh my God. Hey, Dee, that Puerto Rican blood is flowing in that girl. Holy guacamole. Can she dance or what? A natural born salsa dancer. Go, Bella!
Ay, cuando yo llegue al bohío, mi guajira ya me espera. Cuando yo llegue al bohío, mi guajira ya me espera. Sabrosita y rica, querida, una primavera. Yo llegaré, yo llegaré al bohío. Yo llegaré, yo llegaré al bohío. Yo llegaré, yo llegaré al bohío. Yo llegaré. One last musician on the solo, ladies and gentlemen, Eric Dowdell.
Man, that doesn't want to die.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having
Thank
me.
you! Thank you, everybody right here in the room and all the people out there in Zoom land. Thank you, all of yins. As we say here in Pittsburgh, thank all of yins.
Friends, thank you so much for coming out tonight. We want to also give a thanks to the Pittsburgh Office of Public Art who sponsored this project, as well as Creative Life Support Records, the Committee of Native American Ministries, you're making me feel some kind of way. And the Jewish word for that I think might be made up from Saturday Night Live is verklempt. You're making me feel very verklempt right now.
Thank you so much to the other artists who performed tonight. It was so incredible. Thank you for coming.
And thank you, Phat Man Dee.
Thank you, Miguel Sagué Jr. Thank you, Liz Berlin. Thank you, Taylor at the bar. Tip her on your way out. Thank you, Ricky at the door. Thank you, Hurricane Cam. Thank you, Caridad de la Luz La Bruja. Thank you, everybody who came tonight. You're amazing.
Voy para Mercadí, llego a Puerto, voy para Mercadí. Canto cerdo, voy para Mercadí, llego a Puerto, voy para Mercadí. Canto cerdo, voy para Mercadí, llego a Puerto, voy para Mercadí. One more. Canto cerdo, voy para Mercadí, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayorí. El cariño que te tengo, no te lo puedo negar. Se me sale la vida y no lo puedo evitar. Canto cerdo, voy para Mercadí, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayorí. Canto cerdo, voy para Mercadí, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayorí. Limpia el camino de paz, a que me quiero sentar en aquel tronco que veo. No lo puedo alcanzar. Canto cerdo, voy para Mercadí, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayorí. Canto cerdo, voy para Mercadí, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayorí. Canto cerdo, voy para Mercadí, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayorí.
Majari, 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 Majari.
Canto cerdo, voy para Mercadí, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayorí.
Suena, Marco. Calito en la guitarra, dale a Taneja.
Cuando Juanita chan chan en el mar cerdía arena como sacudía el jibe a chan chan le da la pena. Dímelo. Canto cerdo, voy para Mercadí, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayorí. Canto cerdo,
I'm getting too old for this. Muchas gracias a todos ustedes. Thank you.
Sir, maybe your turn.